minus 15.
We will go out with the bang.
Time now for blast off.
Give me that stance. 9, 8, 7, 6,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Things must come to an end. Routine stage 2 burnout at 115 seconds, followed by a 20-second slow stage. Stage 2 separation is
Lay it on the line to the final whistle blows.
Stage 2 burnout. Stage 2 separation, stage 3 ignition. Stage 3 motor pressure is nominal. Vehicle attitude and flight path are nominal. Separation is confirmed.
We will not go quietly into the night. This ends now!
The Sports Blast, wrapping up your week in Boston sports every Wednesday night, 7 to 9 p.m.
Welcome back to the Sports Blast, final segment here at 508-588-9927. If you call now, we may just be able to squeeze in your calls. The Blast-Off segment, guys, this is it. It is the last few minutes of our show, and we are loving this right now. It looks like John Lester had a quick 1-2-3 inning, if not something maybe a little bit more than that, and the Red Sox are back out there against Wainwright, so... we went into the other room and watched a little bit of it, and it's looking pretty good.
It's a beautiful thing. Nothing gets better.
Oh, look at Dave. Look at Dave's reaction out there. He's in the other room. What just happened?
Listen, it's a minor miracle because Stephen Drew is on base right now.
Yeah.
111 base percentage, on base percentage, but here's how he got on base. Pop up in between the catcher and the pitcher. Wainwright comes in to field it. Molina goes out to field it, and it landed directly in the middle of the
That is
The
awesome.
Cardinals
That is
are choking right now.
The baseball gods want the Red Sox to win the
Seriously.
World Series. And I know it's only game one, but I don't think they could have gotten off to a better start. Again, like he said, Stephen Drew is on base. I think that's a win right there.
That is a miracle.
And it's incredible because, Napoli starts off with the double, gets the 3 runs. But what is even more better is the fact that Lester had a 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah,
So he
Lester
did have a 1-2-3.
Yeah, he did.
Okay. All right.
Not in the first inning.
The one that was just prior to
Yeah,
this
in the
coming back.
In the second inning.
Yeah,
he
top of the
1-2-3,
second.
Gave up 1 hit in the first. No harm done.
And I don't want them to just, during the ALCS, we got used to a lot of 1-run and 2-run games. I want them to obliterate the Cardinals.
Big
Usually in
time.
the regular season, I like these closer games and things like that. In the playoffs, spare me the blood pressure and the tension. I just want to see some of these blowouts.
Another hit right here by, let's see, that was David Ross. David Ross gets on base with a single.
Rossi.
It's now first and second.
Wow.
3-0 Red Sox in the second inning. No outs.
Wainwright.
Wainwright
that
is
is
not
surprising.
He's not pitching a good game right now, and shortstop almost had that one.
And I was actually prior to the show looking up some
Give
of
us the
Wainwright's-
play-by-play, Dave.
I was looking at Wainwright's stats prior to the game, some of his splits actually against Red Sox players. He doesn't have a lot of experience against Red Sox hitting. Rather, I think I said pitchers. He doesn't have a lot of experience against Red Sox hitting.
And it's a
at
brand
all.
new
So,
team.
Yeah, so it's going to be as much as kind of a learning curve for him as it is the hitters, but it looks like they did their homework on Wainwright.
And you know what? Going forward, I really think this affects, the rookie pitchers because they're in a tough spot. If Wainwright actually, keeps this up and has a bad outing and continues all the, the fails, I really think that the rookie pitchers are going to be like, in awe, and they're going to be like, well, I have to step up, and I have to, help Wainwright bounce back, and we have to get back in this series. And that's a tough task to do in the World Series. Mm-hmm. You're talking about rookie pitchers trying to help out veteran pitchers. That's a lot of weight on your shoulders.
Oh, and by the way, I think something just happened over there. Looks like Jacoby Ellsbury flied out.
Jacoby Ellsbury fly out to left field. Still
I thought that was
going
to drop.
First and second, 1 out now.
Yeah, and just kind of to piggyback off what you're saying, Mark, you have a lot of young guys on that St. Louis team. Looking at the Red Sox, it's mostly built around veterans.
Yeah.
And if they can use some of the younger, untested guys like Workman, and I guess Franklin Morales is somehow still on this roster.
Xander
if they
Bogaerts.
can, yeah, but Bogaerts has actually been doing something. Franklin Morales, who's not a rookie, but who's just sucked. In the last time he played.
Right.
Use him if you get something like a big lead
Like a
in this
6-0 lead in
no
the
need
fourth
to use
inning,
Breslow or
Yeah.
Tazawa or Uehara.
You
Come on.
definitely want to save your big arms for big moments. I don't even know if I would trust Morales with a 7-run lead right now.
That's too close. That's too close to throw him out
it's
there.
way too.
He's probably going to load the bases and then walk in a run.
And aside from Workman's, good outing, replacing Morales and Buchholz in Game 6, Workman really wasn't stellar this year. You know, he gave up runs, key runs, in the top of the seventh. I mean, in the 7th inning or the 8th inning, he just really he stuck out as a strong competitor down the stretch rather than in the middle of the season or in the beginning.
Yeah, I totally agree. And here's the thing about the Red Sox, and my X factor was grit, which you don't usually see in baseball as being something that can get you anywhere in this league. But the Red Sox step up when it matters most, and they've had all of their players, all their important pieces are stepping up when it's the big moment to step up, and that's why they're in the World. Look at the 2 grand slams, Victorino and Ortiz. That's why they're in the World Series, because they have a feeling for the big moment, and they know how to execute.
Yeah, and Tom Brady was actually asked his prediction for the World Series, and I think he picked the Red Sox in 5 games. I actually laughed at that, and I said, no, this is going at least 6 or 7. It probably will. But my hope is that they will be able to wrap it up in 5, because that is, or at least in 4, which would mean it would end on Sunday or Monday, which means the next time we come on the air, they'll be world champions. Hopefully, again, I don't want to put anyone, knock on wood. But I'm just saying, we're overly optimistic right now. It's only game 1 and they have an early lead. But this is a very good St. Louis Cardinals team. They could come back at any point and take control of this series. But it's got to feel good right now looking at the way things have gone so far in this game.
And how the Red Sox have been playing this playoffs, like Dave said, the grit, just the intensity, every game, pitch by pitch mentality. They just bring it. They bring their A game every time they step on the field, whereas defensive outings or putting runs on the board, they just do it. The strong pitching. The Cardinals, man, if they can't bounce back from this, all these errors, mental errors, it's not good. It's not good for the Cardinals.
All right.
Bad news for the Cardinals.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens, and we're watching, and we will definitely be interested to see what happens. Hopefully we have Brian Roach back with us next week if this does not extend to a Game 6. But we certainly will see. We're looking forward to it. In the meantime, go Sox.
The Pats or Dolphins?
This week?
Yeah.
I'm going Pats.
I'll go Dolphins just for Dolphins' sake.
Oh, my God.
I'm way more excited about the Red Sox.
For God's sake.
Fins up, baby. Fins up.
Oh, man. All right, for everyone here, thanks, Dave, for producing in Brian's absence. Mark and I'm Ashish Sharma.
Always a pleasure.
And thank you, Luke Hughes, for coming on today.
Big thanks to Luke Hughes from Nesson.com. We will see you next week. We are out of here. Go Sox.